Have you ever felt that, despite your best efforts, your heart for helping others, and your dedication to a higher purpose, you're still struggling to make ends meet? Can feel isolating, especially when you see others around you seemingly thriving without much effort. So, why is it that those who feel called or chosen for a greater mission often seem to face roadblocks, especially when it comes to finances? If you've been asking yourself these questions, then you're in the right place. Today's video is about uncovering the hidden reasons behind these struggles and, more importantly, showing how they can serve as part of a bigger, meaningful journey. Stay with us to the end, or even watch this video several times to fully understand why you might be experiencing these hardships. By seeing your situation from a fresh perspective, you'll gain insights that could transform how you view financial struggles. And as you watch, please share your experiences in the comments. What challenges have you faced while pursuing your purpose? How have you found ways to overcome or endure them? By sharing, you're not only validating your journey but helping others who may be going through similar trials. Let's come together to support one another through these challenging times. In a society where success is often measured by wealth, it's natural to feel disheartened when your life's purpose doesn't seem to align with financial abundance. And yet, this is a pattern seen in the lives of many who feel deeply called to make a difference. Why do the chosen ones, those with a deep sense of purpose and a calling to uplift others, often face financial struggles? This video goes beyond surface explanations, diving into powerful reasons that might shed light on why these challenges exist. We're not just presenting reasons, we're exploring a journey of growth, resilience, and ultimately, self-discovery. Stick with us as we delve into real-life stories, timeless wisdom, and profound lessons hidden in every financial hardship. You may find that these struggles are not a curse but a blessing in disguise, a pathway to success, both materially and spiritually. Part 1. Testing and Development. Strength built through hardship. Let's start by looking at financial struggles through a new lens, one of testing and development. Sometimes, these hardships aren't a punishment. They're a form of preparation. They're like the rigorous training athletes endure before a big event, refining their skills and building their resilience. Financial struggles can work in a similar way, shaping and strengthening us for something greater that lies ahead. This concept of growth through hardship is nothing new. We see it echoed in countless stories of resilience throughout history. Take, for example, the story of Joseph from the Bible. His journey was far from easy. Sold into slavery by his own brothers and eventually imprisoned on false charges, Joseph's life seemed riddled with setbacks. But each hardship was actually preparing him for an incredible role as a leader. These trials were developing in him the qualities he would need: humility, patience, and wisdom, qualities he would later use to save nations during a famine. Joseph's hardships weren't merely obstacles. They were stepping stones that built his character and prepared him for a much larger purpose. In the same way, when you face financial challenges, it might help to view them as part of a refining fire. Just as fire purifies gold, financial struggles can purify us, removing doubt, fear, and impatience, and leaving behind strength, resilience, and clarity of purpose. Each financial setback is an opportunity to grow, to build skills, and to foster the patience and humility that will be invaluable as you move toward your goals. Transitioning from Joseph's story to our own lives, consider how these financial struggles could be shaping you. 2. Each time you face a challenge, you're building the resilience that might be necessary for the future roles you're destined to take on. This testing period isn't easy, but it can be powerful. And as you embrace it, you'll find yourself growing in ways you might not have imagined. These moments of hardship aren't the end of the story. They're the beginning of a profound transformation. They're the building blocks of a strong foundation, preparing you to handle future blessings with grace, responsibility, and purpose. When you view each financial struggle as a stepping stone rather than a setback, you start to see how these challenges are leading you closer to your ultimate purpose. Now that we've explored how struggles build strength, Let's shift to another important lesson these hardships can teach us: the value of purpose over wealth. Part 2. A lesson in detachment, shifting focus from wealth to worth. As we journey through financial struggles, another profound lesson often emerges: a lesson in detachment. Financial hardship has a way of pulling us out of the relentless chase for wealth and into a deeper exploration of who we are beyond what we own. It teaches us that our true value isn't found in our bank balance, but rather in our character, purpose, and resilience. Money, while undeniably useful, is simply a tool. It does not define us. Often, when we experience financial difficulty, we're forced to confront what truly matters. We begin to ask ourselves questions we might otherwise ignore. Asterisk, who am I when I'm not focused on acquiring more? What impact do I want to have on others? Asterisk, these questions reveal something powerful. Our worth isn't determined by how much we have, but by who we are and the legacy we're building. Take a moment to think about someone you admire, not because of their wealth, but because of the values they represent. Often, the people we admire most are those who live with purpose, who treat others with kindness, and who strive to make a positive impact. Financial struggles can actually help us connect with this part of ourselves, redirecting our focus from accumulating wealth to cultivating the qualities that give our lives meaning. When money is scarce, we're challenged to find value in things that cannot be bought, like our relationships, our health, and our inner peace. Financial hardship, then, becomes a tool for inner growth. When we're no longer relying on money to define our worth, we start to build our identity on a stronger foundation. We may begin to prioritize things that last: compassion, resilience, creativity, and contribution over consumption. This shift in focus allows us to discover our true calling, free from the distractions of material gain. Imagine this process as a kind of decluttering of the soul, just as we might declutter our homes, removing unnecessary items to make space for what truly matters. Financial challenges can help us declutter our lives, removing the distractions that wealth sometimes brings. What's left after this decluttering is a clearer sense of purpose, a deeper connection to our values, and a renewed focus on making an impact rather than just an income. From here, we can see how financial struggles open up new possibilities. They create space for us to examine what we truly want and, perhaps for the first time, to pursue a path that aligns with our higher calling. We start to live not just for ourselves, but with a sense of purpose that extends beyond personal gain. Having discussed the importance of detaching from wealth to find true worth, let's move into the next lesson financial struggles often teach us: integrity and responsibility. Part 3. Integrity and responsibility, a test of true character. Now that we've explored how financial struggles can help us detach from material wealth and focus on our true worth, let's move on to another lesson these challenges often bring: integrity and responsibility. Financial hardships have a unique way of testing our character, revealing our true motives and values. They force us to confront a key question: are we motivated by profit, or are we driven by purpose? It's easy to claim that we're working for a higher purpose when things are going well. But when money is tight, our true motivations come to light. Financial challenges strip away the illusions and show us what's at the core of our actions. Are we still willing to serve, to help others, and to pursue our calling when there's little financial reward? Or do we find ourselves tempted to take shortcuts or chase quick money just to ease the discomfort of scarcity? Consider this example. Someone who suddenly comes into a lot of money but lacks the wisdom and maturity to handle it responsibly. It's a common story: winning the lottery, inheriting a fortune, or even getting a major promotion, without a strong foundation of integrity and responsibility. That newfound wealth often slips away as quickly as it arrived. This is because true wealth isn't just about how much we have, but how wisely we manage what we're given. Wealth should be a tool to support our calling and serve others, not merely a source of self-validation. In this light, financial struggles can actually be seen as a time of preparation. They teach us the value of wise stewardship, of handling what little we have with integrity and responsibility so that when abundance does come, we're ready to use it in meaningful ways. This period of testing might be developing within us the very qualities needed to manage future blessings effectively. When you're facing financial challenges, it's a great time to ask yourself, am I prepared to handle wealth with integrity? Am I making responsible choices now, even when resources are limited? The way we handle small things often reflects how we'll handle larger blessings in the future. Financial struggles teach us that integrity and responsibility are essential if we want to be trusted with greater resources. They help us see that money, when it does come, should serve our mission, not the other way around. And here's where the beauty of this testing lies. This season isn't just about surviving the struggle. It's about building a foundation that will allow you to thrive when the time comes. Each moment of responsibility, every decision to act with integrity, is strengthening you to be a true steward of future blessings. You're not just being tested, you're being prepared. As we reflect on this lesson in integrity and responsibility, let's transition to another powerful way financial struggles can shape us. They often serve as a battlefield, a place where we learn to overcome resistance, both internal and external, on our path to fulfilling our purpose. Part 4. A spiritual battle. Overcoming resistance to fulfill your mission. Now that we've discussed the lessons of integrity and responsibility, let's dive into another powerful aspect of financial struggle, understanding it as part of a larger spiritual battle. For many, financial hardship isn't just a material challenge. It's a sign of resistance that often accompanies a life dedicated to purpose and impact. When you're on a mission that could positively change lives or bring healing to others, you may encounter obstacles that seem almost personal, as if something is actively working to hold you back. Consider this: every time you set out to do something meaningful, to pursue your calling, there's often a counterforce, something that tries to create barriers and blockages. Financial struggles, for many people, are one of those barriers. It's not always simply about lacking money. Sometimes, it feels like a targeted attempt to discourage you, to make you doubt your path, and to force you to give up on your mission. But this resistance, difficult as it may be, can serve as a profound indicator that you're on the right path. Think about some of the most impactful people in history, figures like Martin Luther King Jr., Mother Teresa, and countless others who faced immense obstacles and setbacks. They endured hardships and opposition that might have caused anyone else to abandon their mission. Yet, by pushing through, they were able to accomplish their life's work in ways that inspired and uplifted millions. Financial struggles were often part of their journey, testing not just their resilience but their commitment to their purpose. So, when you face financial hardship on your journey, it may help to reframe it as part of a spiritual battle. Instead of viewing it as an obstacle, consider it a form of resistance meant to test your dedication, to see if you'll persevere despite the difficulties. Each time you choose to keep going, you're not only proving your commitment but also growing stronger in the process. Financial struggle, in this sense, becomes less about lack and more about resilience. It's a challenge meant to deepen your resolve, to strengthen your faith, and to prepare you for the next level of your mission. This perspective shift can be incredibly empowering. It allows you to see financial struggles not as a defeat but as evidence of your purpose. The resistance you're facing might be there precisely because your potential impact is so significant. It's a sign that what you're doing matters and that there's something worth fighting for on the other side of these challenges. As we move forward, let's explore another vital lesson that financial struggles can teach us. They often bring out a spirit of compassion and generosity, reminding us of the value of helping others and creating a supportive community. Part 5. Contentment and generosity. Finding value beyond wealth. Building on the idea of spiritual resistance, let's turn our attention to another transformative lesson financial hardship often teaches us: contentment and generosity. Financial struggles can deepen our capacity for empathy and compassion, making us more attuned to the challenges that others face. When we go through difficult times, it's natural to become more understanding, more willing to lend a hand to those in need. This struggle creates in us a heart that's generous, not because we have excess wealth, but because we've developed character, resilience, and a genuine desire to help others. Think about it. When you've personally experienced the weight of financial strain, you gain insights that others may not have. You understand the stress, the uncertainty, and the humility that come with facing limitations. And this understanding can be a powerful motivator for generosity. It's no longer about helping others to feel good about yourself or to check a box. It's about genuinely wanting to make a positive difference because you know what it feels like to be in a tough place. Financial hardship, then, becomes a means to cultivate contentment. When you've had less, you begin to appreciate the small things, the things that truly matter. You start to see that wealth alone doesn't bring fulfillment. Relationships, purpose, and connection do. This contentment allows you to redefine success beyond monetary terms, helping you to see wealth not as an end in itself but as a resource that, when used wisely, can improve the lives of others. And here's where the beauty of generosity truly shines. When you finally do achieve success, this compassion and empathy you've developed through hardship will influence how you use your wealth. You'll be more inclined to share, to lift others up, and to give back to your community. You'll understand that wealth is not something to hoard but a tool to help create positive change in the world. Imagine reaching a point of financial security not just for yourself but for the purpose of helping others. When you know firsthand the challenges of financial struggle, your generosity becomes not just an act of charity but a fulfillment of purpose. You're able to use your resources to make a real, lasting impact, helping others in ways that go beyond just a temporary fix. This sense of generosity is incredibly powerful. It reinforces that your financial struggles weren't in vain. They were part of a journey that has prepared you to make a meaningful difference. As you step into a place of stability, this spirit of compassion remains with you, guiding your actions and grounding your success in a purpose that extends beyond your own needs. With this understanding of contentment and generosity in mind, let's move on to our next insight into financial struggle, how it helps us break generational patterns and create a legacy of wisdom and resilience for future generations. Part 6. Breaking Generational Patterns, Changing the Future. As we move from the lessons of contentment and generosity, let's delve into another powerful aspect of financial struggle, its potential to break generational patterns and create a legacy of abundance and resilience. For some of us, financial struggles aren't just personal challenges. They're part of a bigger story. They are an opportunity to break cycles of poverty, financial mismanagement, and scarcity that may have affected our families for generations. Think about it. Each family has its own financial story, often shaped by patterns that get passed down, sometimes unconsciously. Perhaps your parents or grandparents faced similar struggles, and now, despite your best efforts, you find yourself facing similar obstacles. This is not uncommon, and it can feel discouraging. But for those who are determined to overcome these patterns, financial hardship can be a catalyst for lasting change. It can help you identify the habits, mindsets, and choices that perpetuate scarcity and empower you to replace them with practices that build stability and abundance. Breaking generational cycles is no easy task. It requires resilience, discipline, and a commitment to learning new skills. It means being willing to look critically at the financial habits and beliefs we may have inherited and making conscious choices to change them. Financial struggles, in this sense, become a training ground, a place where we build the strength, wisdom, and financial literacy necessary to create a new legacy. Consider the impact of overcoming these struggles not just for yourself but for future generations. When you break these patterns, you're not just changing your life, you're laying a foundation for those who come after you. Your children, grandchildren, and even great-grandchildren can benefit from the shifts you make today. They won't have to carry the same financial burdens or face the same limitations because you've already done the hard work of breaking free. This journey isn't just about accumulating wealth. It's about transforming your family's story. It's about building a legacy that includes healthy financial practices, a mindset of abundance, and a commitment to wise stewardship. By confronting financial struggles head-on, you're modeling for future generations what it looks like to face adversity and emerge stronger. You're showing them that financial security is achievable and that it's built on choices, habits, and a belief in what's possible. And here's the powerful part: when you break these cycles, you become a beacon of hope and inspiration for others in your family and community. You demonstrate that change is possible, that financial stability isn't just for a select few, and that with dedication and perseverance, it's possible to rewrite your story. Reflecting on this, let's transition to our next insight: how financial struggles teach us the importance of trusting in divine timing, and that sometimes the delays we experience are part of a larger plan designed to align us with our highest purpose. Part 7. Divine Timing and Preparation. Trusting the process. As we transition from breaking generational cycles, let's look at a lesson that can be both challenging and transformative: trusting in divine timing. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, financial blessings don't arrive when we want them to. It's easy to feel frustrated, to wonder why things aren't falling into place, especially when you're doing everything you can. But here's a truth that can bring comfort. Sometimes, it's not about your effort, it's about timing. Financial blessings may be delayed, not to deny you but to prepare you, to ensure that when they come, you're ready to use them in the most impactful way. Consider that your journey isn't just about accumulating wealth. It's about growth, about becoming the person who can handle that wealth responsibly, with purpose and integrity. Financial struggles are often a part of this preparation process, teaching us valuable lessons in patience, humility, and resilience. Many people who went through prolonged financial struggles found that when success finally arrived, it aligned with new opportunities, relationships, or even insights they couldn't have anticipated. This timing allowed them to make the most of their blessings, often creating a ripple effect that benefited not just them but also those around them. Think of it this way: a tree doesn't bear fruit the moment it's planted. It takes time to establish roots, to grow strong and resilient, before it's ready to provide shade or fruit. In the same way, our lives often require seasons of preparation before we're ready to handle the blessings we're meant to receive. During these times, it's easy to become impatient, to feel as though our efforts aren't being rewarded. But divine timing reminds us that there's a bigger picture at work, one that's aligning everything for our good and for the good of those we're meant to impact. Waiting on divine timing is more than just enduring a delay. It's an active lesson in trust. It asks us to believe that, even in moments of scarcity, there's a purpose unfolding, one that's guiding us toward our highest potential. It teaches us to trust that every challenge, every moment of waiting, is part of the process that's helping us grow into the person we're destined to be. Reflecting on this, let's remember that delays are not denials. Often, they're strategic pauses allowing us to gather the strength, wisdom, and insights needed to make the most of our blessings. When we learn to trust the process, we find peace, knowing that when the right time comes, everything will fall into place. This trust can be incredibly freeing, allowing us to focus on personal growth rather than constantly striving for financial results. With this in mind, let's move forward to our next insight: how financial struggles encourage us to walk by faith, learning to trust in things unseen, and to build a deep resilience that isn't shaken by material ups and downs. Part 8. Living by faith, not sight, relying on the unseen, building on the lesson of divine timing. Let's explore a powerful call that often comes through financial hardship, the call to live by faith rather than by sight. In today's world, where visible wealth and material success are often seen as indicators of worth, financial struggles can serve as a reminder that true value goes far beyond what we see on the surface. When material comforts and financial stability seem out of reach, we're invited to look inward, to develop a different kind of trust, a trust that's not based on numbers in a bank account but on the strength we carry within us. Walking by faith means shifting our focus from the tangible to the intangible, from what can be measured to what can only be felt and believed. It's a call to rely on your inner strength, your intuition, and perhaps a higher guidance that isn't always immediately visible. This journey is one that builds resilience, helping us realize that even in the absence of material security, we still have access to something incredibly powerful, our faith. Consider it this way: anyone can feel confident and secure when everything is going well, when they can see their success in the form of wealth or possessions. But what about when things aren't so visible? When there's no outward sign of progress or prosperity? We're challenged to trust in something deeper. Financial hardship strips away our reliance on external symbols of success and teaches us to trust in things we can't see but can deeply feel: our purpose, our potential, and our inner resilience. True wealth isn't just about what's visible. It's about the invisible strength we build when we choose faith over fear, courage over doubt. This kind of wealth can't be lost or taken away. It's the kind of wealth that sustains us during challenging times, reminding us that we are enough and that we have within us everything we need to keep moving forward. Financial hardship can be seen as a period of building this inner wealth, creating a foundation of faith, resilience, and inner peace that can carry us through any challenge. And it's this kind of wealth, faith, and resilience that ultimately becomes our greatest asset. It allows us to face the uncertainties of life with a calm assurance, knowing that our worth isn't defined by external circumstances. We start to measure success not by what we have, but by who we are becoming. This mindset shift is transformative. It allows us to walk through financial struggles with a quiet confidence, anchored in the knowledge that we're being guided, even if we can't yet see the path clearly. As we reflect on this journey of walking by faith, let's transition to our final insight: how financial struggles can serve as a powerful teacher in stewardship, refining our ability to manage resources responsibly and setting us up for future blessings with a deeper understanding of how to use them wisely. Financial hardship, while incredibly challenging, is often a profound teacher. It's a refining process that builds resilience, teaches humility, strengthens integrity, and nurtures compassion. These struggles may be the very lessons you need to fulfill your calling in the most meaningful way. Financial struggles may also be preparing you to handle future success with a sense of purpose, responsibility, and generosity that can make a positive difference in the world. Remember, wealth isn't the only measure of success. True success lies in character, impact, and living a life aligned with purpose. When financial blessings do come, you'll be prepared to use them not just for yourself but for the greater good. As we close, I encourage you to look at your financial struggles as part of a bigger journey. Stay patient, stay true to your values, and trust that each challenge is shaping you for something greater. Watch this video again if you need to remind yourself of these insights. And please, share your story in the comments below. What have you had to overcome to stay committed to your purpose? How have financial struggles changed you? Let's support each other and share our experiences, knowing we're all part of a larger journey to fulfillment and purpose. Let's end with a prayer, grounding ourselves in strength, faith, and resilience.